Hey guys, welcome back. Well, today we're gonna actually work on the animation for Shaggy, make him dance, make him move a little, and everything. So you're gonna see, I'm actually very excited. It's actually way simpler than you think. It's just a little time consuming. That's all it is. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin the animation. You got your Shaggy here, and you got your animation folder at the bottom. Okay, if you don't have your animation folder, remember, go to assets, models, look for Shaggy, and then animation. From here you have all your different animations of Shaggy. Okay, if you were to click on the arrow, you were to see these animations. So what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate them. You control D and it will duplicate, and there's two ways to do it. You can either right click. If you double click, this is what's going to happen. You can either right click on the animation that was duplicated and then rename, which is at the top. And then this one, the very first one, we're going to name it spell, because actually it's going to cast a spell. So I'm just going to put a spell. And we're actually going to duplicate each animation for each one of the animations. Now we're going to duplicate the maximum.com. That's what it's called. That's what you duplicate, and then we name it. And just click on it once. It's the other way to rename it. And this one, it was the Gangnam style, so I'm going to put Gangnam. Okay, and we're going to do this for every single one of the animations. Now we're going to go to hip hop dancing. We're going to select it, Control D, click on it once, and then erase that name and name it hip hop. Okay, so remember, it's up to you which way you want to rename it, how you want to do it. And then now we're going to go to Hokey Pokey. We're going to select it, Control D, and select it and rename it Hokey Pokey. Okay, from there we're going to do this actually to every single one. So we're going to have to make sure every single one does have an extra animation. Okay, we're going to go to Samba dancing, select it, Control D, erase the name, and put Samba. Okay, once we're done with all of them, we should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copied animations. So right now all we're missing is the side hip hop. I'm gonna select it, click on it, and then name it side hip hop. As you can see, I have all of them. To make sure, let's see, casting spell is on the right hand side. Okay, and then each one is right next to each other, or to the left or to the right. Okay, we do have them all. Awesome. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a folder. We're gonna right click, create folder, and this folder we're gonna name it models, because these are the models we're gonna put in there. Okay, we're not gonna put the ones we duplicate, we're gonna put the originals. Normally if you were to click alt or shift, you could select all, but just drag them in, drag each one of them in. So we're gonna click the originals, not the copy ones. We're gonna leave the copy ones outside. We're gonna throw in the originals to the models. Okay, as I am doing, and the copy ones are out here now. This is what we leave out here. Okay, so this is perfect. Now we're gonna create an animation. So we're gonna create an animation controller. Okay, so this animation controller appears at the bottom. We're gonna rename it, because obviously it's not gonna be named animation control. Click on it, delete it, delete the whole name, and let's name it Shaggy under and AC. Okay, I forgot under. Okay, never mind, I had a brain fart, I'm sorry guys. Okay, and we need this animation to be added to Shaggy Rogers. Okay, so Shaggy, all we could do is click, drag it up to Shaggy. Once we see it should be in the inspector, Shaggy on top, and the animation right there. Okay, so that's perfect. If the animation appears right there, that is amazing. Okay, so from here, now we have the animation. Yes, let's click on animator. So it's not up here. If you lose any of these tabs, if you were to go to Windows, all these tabs, you get to select them and re-put them. See how I just selected animator, and here's my animators. Okay, so these animators is where actually you get to animate, and where he's gonna get to dance and stuff like that. So we take the hip hop one. Let's take hip hop, and let's put in the animator. Okay, once it's in the animator, as you could see there, you press play and Shaggy should dance. But there's going to be an issue. We're using a default Shaggy. This is not the animation Shaggy. So we're actually going to have to delete this Shaggy. Okay, so select Shaggy. We need these models. Actually need these models. Okay, this is the default Shaggy, the one we're working on. So everything we done with the Shaggy has been gone. Don't be like, oh my god, mister. No. Delete, guys. Bye, Shaggy. I'm sorry, guys. That's the way it is. And this is actually good practice for your hotkeys. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get the hip hop Shaggy. As you can see, all the hip hop Shaggies are here. Okay. The unnamed and everything with some animations. Now we click him and drag him in the game. So now we have the hip hop Shaggy, but he's not in my camera. What do, guys? Remember, hotkey. Press F so we could find Shaggy, but I'm in the game. Where do I have to be? In scene. Okay, so we go to scene, press F. Oh, he's up in the corner again. Oh, he likes that corner. Okay, so he's actually super small. We're gonna have to resize him. So let's press W. Let's move him around. Okay, he's actually very tiny. I could try to move him around to the camera, but he's super tiny. So let's press R and let's make him huge. So what I did, so I could keep the equal amount of shagginess, like width, height, and I just clicked on the middle one. So that's actually all three of them are making him bigger. As you can see, I'm zooming out with Alt, zooming in and out with Alt and right click, and I just keep making him bigger. If I were to select one, it only selects that one, make him bigger. So it depends actually up to you guys how big you want him. So from here, now you could just drag them and take them over to the camera, zoom out and take them over to camera. Or remember, just remember the X, Y, and Z of the main camera, and then we could start putting them there. So I think the XY was 675. Now let's see the Z was it's 17.51. So let's go to 17. And the I'm sorry, that was the Y, and the Z is 496.36. So let's go with 496 or 95, whichever one. Okay, so now Shaggy's gone from the corner. He's completely gone. Remember, if we were to select Shaggy and press F, we will find Shaggy. Boom, F, and there he is. He's right in front of the camera now. Okay, there he is. But he looks super huge. He looks super big. But I think he's floating because there's no shadow on him. So we need to bring him down. Keep bringing him down. Bring him down. Bring him down. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so he's there. He's just there on your main camera. So we're gonna have to actually fix them. I took my camera, remember we could split the screen and take him where we want him. So he's like super tiny. Okay, let's make sure he's still 3D. Yes, he's pretty skinny. I used to have him fat, now he's super skinny. Okay, so now we just scale him up to the size you want. The trees are actually looking way big. And let's put the game back, and he looks bigger than the trees. It's actually, remember, up to you how big you want him, how small you want him, and stuff like that. Okay, but as you can see, he is floating. So I don't think we need that, okay? So remember, so use your hotkeys, the W, E, and R's, so we can make Shaggy look the size you want and actually put him on the ground. And this is actually very good practice for you to use your hotkeys, the Alt, right click, left click, the W, E, R, and F. This is actually very good practice for you guys. So that's why I delete them. So don't be like, come on, mister, why did you do that? Okay, so I'm taking the game, I'm putting him there. He's floating, so I'm not happy with that. Okay, so let's take him down. If I were to take him down, he actually would disappear. See, he's actually floating. Let's just take him down. Okay, I'm putting him a little bit further from the camera so I can actually see once he hits the floor. Okay, see, I'm taking him down and it's still not hitting the floor. It's still nowhere near the floor. So I'm gonna have to actually scale him up bigger. And I just did the tallness, so I didn't do the width. He looks bigger, he looks okay, but I still don't see a shadow. Okay, so it depends on your sun. You don't have to go on the shadow. I have the sun on the left hand side, so the shadow should be transferring that way. Okay, he looks there, but I still believe he's like super small. Okay, I don't believe he's touching the ground. I don't believe I still believe he's still floating. So let's make sure. Okay, I'm gonna make him huge, and so I could see exactly where he is at. Okay, like I said, this only takes practice, so don't get frustrated. See, anybody that's been doing this for years is actually struggles with stuff like this, so don't be like, oh my god, mister, what's going on? No, just keep working with him, keep going. See, and if I zoom out now, I'm zooming out. Now he's still floating, and you can see his shadow at the bottom. See his shadow right there, and now he's right there. So I have to actually take him down, 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 down. Now the shadow, oh, I think I just took him off the ground. If that happens, that's no issue. To solve it, okay, just press R and make him huge. See, his head's popping out now. His head, now his body. So he's actually, we thought he was super big, but he's actually super tiny. Okay, let's get the game back. I know I mess around a lot with the games and stuff like that. He's super tiny. Now I see my whole game. So let's go back to the scene. I had to make him huge. Let's move him to the left. And he's there to the left. And now I'm going to have to put the game back. And let's press R. And let's make him huge. I want to make him huge. By making him huge, I could see actually where the ground starts and the ground finishes. See? Perfect. Now he's actually touching the ground. You see the shadow. You see everything in the game. Now it's looking nice. Perfect. Now it just takes a while. Now let's add the color. Remember, we go to materials, select extract materials. We select the folder. So the folder is right here. We select on main, and remember we go to albedo. In the albedo, we have to add the color. We go to shaggy itself and add the color to albedo, and shaggy's gonna come out with color. Okay, and it's fine. My shaggy on the left hand side, he's kind of dark because of the sun. See, the shade is hitting him, so it's actually a little bit more realistic. Okay, so don't worry if it's not like fully colored. See, you see the shadow, you see how the sun is hitting, so that's good. So now I'm gonna actually just mess around with them so you could see how the sun affects the color and everything. So don't be like, oh my god, mister, what's going on? Okay, so before I press play, let me put them a little crooked. Now I'm just messing with them. Now I'm just making a horrible mistake. No, I'm just seeing how the shadow is actually happening, and let me stand them correctly. So now I'm gonna add the animations. Okay, now he's looking good. If I were to play right now, press play, nothing happens. So we go to animations, models. Remember, okay, we already created the Shaggy AC. I add Shaggy AC to Shaggy itself. Okay, and if I were to press play, guess what? Ta-da! Shaggy dances like this. Dun 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 dun. See, so that's good. Good job, guys. Keep up the good work, and that's how it should look at the end of this video. Okay. So actually, that's how you make Shaggy move. That's how you're gonna start making a move. If keep in mind, if he stops dancing, don't worry. Okay, later on we're gonna actually add a loop so he could keep dancing. Okay, it's good for you guys to be practicing your keys. I did that on purpose. Okay, so keep practicing your keys. Keep practicing your hotkeys, not just your keys, your hotkeys. Okay, remember, keep in mind you're doing an amazing job. This is coming out great. Okay, keep that in mind. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Okay, stay safe